Hey lovely people, this is Dev and you're listening to me on the Empower Journal episode number 11. A space for empowering lives exclusively for you in Spotify. So I have happily and successfully completed 10 episodes with all your immense love and support guys. And without much delay, let me dive into today's episode, and today's question is, hey Dev, how do I stop feeling behind in life? I am 27-year-old female and I have no relationship or career as of now. But I want to pursue other dreams I have and I feel like I'm running out of time. How do I stop letting societal pressure get to me? I really need to know how to help myself and make improvements in my life without feeling odd man out or jealous about other people's life. Hey Sandhya, thank you so much for the great question. Nearly every person I know have struggled with this. I mean, for me, the feeling of that I should be further ahead by now due to my peer pressure, totally dominated my early 20s, and I was in this constant anger and it was very painful actually. And I've also met people at workplace who go through this same struggle even in their 30s, 40s and like even 50s. Like you're completely different from the rest of the people around you and you're desperately behind. And your friends and colleagues essentially living your dream life, just better, faster and first. Let me tell you one thing, Sandhya. We are all the victim of social pressure, more than just a peer pressure. You know why? The initial choices that we make about our studies or career, in fact, that comes from the idea of proving ourselves better than the neighbors and our distant family members. How silly that could be. And why do we do that? Because we always want to fit into the stereotypes of society. And the worst part is, if it doesn't suit you, trust me, it will have a very, very serious negative effects on you and it will disconnect you from yourself. Before I tell you how to handle this, I would like to share something from bottom of my heart. In this messed up society, where we are always told to have an individual viewpoint, skills and all that. But when we speak about our opinions, we are told to keep quiet. I hope you all would have experienced this at least once in your lifetime. Think about it. There are too much of double standards outside there. And I understand it's not always easy to ignore this kind of pressure, especially if it is from your parents or from the people you consider friends or close to. So what I figured out in following is, now comes the interesting part, that it's absolutely okay to be different, guys, because I feel the best when I be myself. Just think of this in real life. So many smart people out there have made stupid decisions because external forces overwhelm their judgment. How stupid. So let's do this. Let us create our own viewpoints for ourselves as well. Even if you think that you're not mature enough to make your life decision, that's okay. Then let us make mistakes and learn from them, because that's how we all grow. And the best thing is that you need to do only two things to deal with your peer pressure. And also remember, most importantly, these are not one-time actions, darling. These are conscious choices that you have to make each and every single day, because unsurprisingly, these pressures don't disappear as you age. So let's find out how to avoid the peer pressure. First thing is, always ensure you find your why. Let me explain this. It's like you want to do something because others are doing it. Of course, sometimes you might desire a few things that also happens to be in line with what society norms. Because there are benefits in following the crowd as well. Trust me, it is cognitively efficient and sometimes it's superior too. And we as Indians are super good social learners. I know, of course, it's much easier said than done, particularly when you want something that is also society norm. For example, if you want to get married at age 25, this is also a society norm. So it can be difficult to distinguish if this is from your own values or from the social pressure, like the social shoulds, So here is the way to differentiate. When you think about the thing you want, first consider your reasoning. Why do I want to get married right now? It's because am I lonely, or would I like to have someone to do activities with? Do I desire romance, or do I feel that women of this age should have companion by now? Okay, so now I hope you're able to distinguish the questions that you need to ask yourself before making a decision. Or just because most of my friends have boyfriends or they are married, is that influencing my decision? I hope it's clear. Let me give you one more example of wanting to lose weight, because it seems to be a very common problem now. We can ask similar questions. Where did I get this idea from that I need to or should lose weight? Is it from a doctor, from a magazine, or from images I see, or the people around? Or do I want to lose weight while loving my body as a respect for all it does for me? Now you know the difference. Trust me, this could be a huge help, guys. These answers may not be so obvious as we think. Yes, so taking little intentional quiet time to think about it can be beneficial. Absolutely. Maybe sit down with a journal, write down your whys. And the interesting second thing is, become a walking contrarian. Trust me, I personally love being a contrarian. In fact, I think I've always been identified that way. One quick and easy way to break free all social pressure and live your best life is to play your contrarian nature. If you can do this, you become a natural out of the box person in people's mind. That's amazing, right? So that you can do things in your own way and people will just think it's normal and they will mind their own business. There is a perfect example from my own life. You know, I identify as both mother and a career working professional. And I also try to follow my passion as podcaster. One is qualitative and other one is quantitative field. While when I have a professional hat on a business setting, I need to play up the competency, accountability, motivating, etc. And sometimes this works for my parenting role as well. Similarly, I love to play up the fact that I'm a podcaster, especially when I do this content writing for my episodes. I love to play up the fact I have a background about the topics that I'm talking about. The result is I'm happy balancing both. So when I feel social pressure, I choose to follow my own path. People are much more likely to accept it as normal. So the result is less social pressure on me, allowing me to pursue a personal and a business ownership without anyone telling me it's not possible or even sustainable. Remember this, some things work for one and don't work for another. That just means they had different destiny. So instead of coming under societal pressure, peer pressure, just try to isolate yourself from all these unnecessary things if you want a peaceful life for you and your family. Let's all be there for each other, listen to understand rather than listening to react. Don't mind our others' aspiration. Trust me, don't ever let somebody else's goal and dreams influence your vision of life. Because it's your game, it's your path, and you decide where it takes you and what it takes for you to get there. I hope you all understand. So let me know how have you stood out and handled your negative peer pressure in your life. Start on your game and keep going for your dreams. Thank you for listening. Download Spotify and subscribe the Empower Journal, and also be sure to check my other episodes of Empower Journal as well. And until this is Dave signing off, I'll catch up with you sooner again. Bye. Nandri.